It's a pretty crummy day in Vegas. A little windy, a little rainy here and there. But I got a stretch of non-rain. I am talking over this video because my mic stopped working. I ordered another one. Hopefully later this weekend I'll get one with mics that work. I was kind of bummed because I just got two new wind buffs for the mics. But, yep, well, can't win them all. I'm going to throw a strike here by Birdie Disc Golf Supply. I'm not really sure where I throw this one. I throw two off one. I know one, it was not desirable, about 30 feet, and one was parked. So that one was a little short, I'll say that. And then I disc down and go with a disc that's a little straighter. And it's the Kaxe Z and K1 soft plastic, solid disc. And I get this disc to just do what I need, which is pull right at that center tree, just past it, and go underneath the basket. Today I'm putting with a Pixel MVP putter. My buddy let me use it. I forgot my Marvel. And that's what I'm throwing. So I actually started out real well with this disc. Felt comfortable in the hand. Was kind of rubbery, but that kind of made it so I felt confident putting. So there's a birdie to start me off. Can't hate on that. This next hole is a far dogleg right. I have no chance of ever reaching this in a turnover, so I throw just basically a forehand chip shot down the fairway. Get a good hold of it, and yeah, looking at the basket. I'm probably about 100, 150 short. It's just past that tree. I'm just gonna chip something out with a forehand, and yeah, put it near the basket this time. Don't really saw it off like couple days ago. Gonna clean up this par. Par's good for this hole. I'd say this averages over par. Hole number 3, stock forehand hyzer. I don't like to mess with the gap on the right. It's kind of difficult to hit, and it doesn't gain you much than just throwing a stock forehand out there and avoiding all that. I'm going to throw a Berg-X, and I leave it a little short. Not happy with that upshot. I'm probably 25 feet, maybe 30, somewhere in there. And not happy with the upshot, and when I'm not happy with the upshot, I usually make the putt. Pixel is floating. It's a sweet disc. So once again, I'm just going to play it out to the left, avoid all that nonsense, and leave myself about a 100, 200 foot upshot, maybe 150. I put it on a flex line right underneath the basket. Best shot of my day, best approach shot of the day. Yep, right now I'm cruising. I'm gonna throw a Firebird here. This hole is a dog leg left between the pole and the trees. As long as you get your alignment right and just let it go to pretty easy, the Firebird does the rest of the work, and I am parked. I thought I would be about 20 short, but I actually was underneath the basket. So here's another birdie. I'm going to throw the Kaxe. This one is a mid-range shot because of the OB behind the basket. I do put a good stroke on this. It has the right angle, nose angle's right. For some reason, the wind or something just hung it up. Maybe I should have disked up and gone with a faster disc, but I'm still about 40 short, and I thought I was going to be underneath the basket. So, yeah, I was upset about that. But on this one, since now I'm about 45 and there's about 10 feet between the basket and the OB, I'm not really feeling taking a bogey here when I really thought I put a good spin on it to get a birdie. So I do give it a soft bid, but nothing that, if this was the last few holes of a tournament, I would be going for it. So it's more of a layup. I'm throwing a Westside VIP Hatchet, a bit of a tailwind. I don't know what kind of wind it is. I put a decent turn on it, kind of overturned it. I like that disc though. I can actually throw that disc farther than any disc I have. I'm still about 75 feet short, so this is more of a prayer here. I'm throwing a Prodigy PA-5, trying to make it float and do its thing, but I'll take the par. I can birdie that hole, but not today, I guess. Here I'm going to throw a Birdie Disc Golf Supply Strike. It's a 7502. More of a fairway driver, kind of a disc up from the Kaxe and a disc down from the Firebird. I'm not too bad. I'm pin high, about probably 25 feet from the basket. So I'm going to count it off. I'll line my shot. And I hit the top band. I thought I put a really good spin on that. I thought it was another birdie. I was actually upset I did not get that birdie. But you don't get them all. So hitting the top band is not really a bad thing. It's hitting the bottom bucket that really annoys me. Throwing a Joey Lutz here, Kastaplast. Disc is surprisingly overstable. I put a good spin on it. I think I get about 40 pin high to the left. And taking this Simon Pixel, the MVP Pixel. I forgot my putter at home, so I'm putting with someone else's putter today. But yeah, actually, once I warmed up and took a couple putts, it started draining. Kind of a good putter. I might buy one of these, but for now, I'm going to stick with the Marvel, but keep the Pixel in my mind because I did like the plastic to that. This Pixel kind of made my round, actually, to be quite honest. Here's another Joey Lutz. I throw it I thought it was right on, but it skipped. If I'd thrown a Firebird, it would have digged, and this one skipped probably 40, 50 out, pin high. If it had Firebird, it probably would have been about 20 feet, but so I'm kind of bummed, and when I'm bummed on my upshot, it's pretty much given. I'm gonna jump this kind of like Luke Humphreys, little Luke Humphreys jumper, which drains in there, so I'll take that birdie. I really liked his performance at Waco, throwing just a Birdie Reach forehand stock, just hit the gap, put it out there. I'm throwing a Birdie Ultra forehand approach. I'm trying to play low and underneath this tree. I don't put enough forward push, and it kind of just skips out right. So I stay outside the circle, and I have an obstructed putt. There's a little bit of rain going on. Out past over the airport looked disgusting, and I was thinking I was going to have to cut this round short. But, yeah, I didn't. I missed this putt right here. Kind of a straddle. I missed the drive on the last one, but it was a forehand Firebird, and I pured it. The guy behind me was like, dude, you parked it. I was like, wow. Yeah, I pured it with a Firebird on the forehand. This is a hatchet, and I'm just trying to throw it flat and let it turn. I do throw it flat. I actually try to throw it a little bit hyzer and let it work more flat, but it kind of turned into a roller. Got a good ways up there. I'm throwing a Berg-X here. Forehand approach. I'm really starting to dig this as a chipper. The disc is irreplaceable at this point. There's no way I can turn it over, and for forehand approaches, it is my go-to. I'm throwing a Kastaplast Svea. This is a mid-range that has a negative turn, so it's glidey, negative turn, and you're going to watch this thing peer the gap, and it just keeps kind of gliding to the right. Real nice pull. Can't hate on that. Not far enough, unfortunately. I think if I was about 30 feet longer, it would have given me a better putt. I thought about going with the Pixel here. Little windy, so I pull back, and I'm just going to jump a Berg-X just to make sure I'm somewhere close to it. And pretty much, again, I'm just basically playing for the par here. I thought I gave it a good spin off the tee, but what can you do? Sometimes you just got to take the medicine. But that Glow Svea, cool disc. I am enjoying that. Here's the tap in. Hole number 15, I throw a forehand. This time I thought I could get it to go at the basket, but it kind of turned over. So I actually rolled around the Mando, but I did make the Mando. And just laying up. Taking the par. Having a decent round. No terrible bogeys yet. Forehand stock shot. Really digging that Birdie Reach 12 speed. Can't turn it over. Berg-X forehand approach. And gives me about a 12-15 footer. The Simon Line Pixel, I'm really digging the plastic because it just feels so smooth in your hand. Really helps for confident putts. I don't know what it is. This one I was trying to go to the left, but I just kind of sawed it off and played it to the right gap. That's actually not a bad play. I was just happy it stayed in bounds. I'm looking at about a 70-footer. Ain't no business making that, but I gave it a run. And I'm going to tap it in for a par. 17. There is a Easter festival going on, which is obstructing the 18th basket. So I kind of play a gorilla hole out here, and I'm throwing a Gote from Kastaplast. It's probably about 275 to the pin. I just didn't want to skip it. And I throw it about pin high. I like that disc. It's real straight, mid-range. And I'm going to give it a run. I'm throwing the Prodigy PA-5 here. I want to see if I can hang it up just long enough to make it, and I come a little short, but it's okay, another par. This next hole is pretty deep, dog leg left. Yeah, basically throw at the cars and then turn sharp left. Throw a good Joey Lutz shot here. Gets a good skip. Probably looking at only 150 to the basket, and I throw just a regular Berg here. Smack this tree, and it kind of bounces me back. I thought I was going to be parked. I thought I was going to get inside the tree and be right underneath the basket with that Berg, but decent bid. Just get the cage. That was probably about a 35-foot putt, maybe 30-footer. Throwing the Westside VIP Hatchet to the right. I dig that disc. It's a tailwind, so I kind of pull it, but the basket is over that way, so whatever. Now here I'm throwing the PA-5 on a long jump shot, trying to do the Luke Umphreys thing, kind of lean back stepper. That's his jam, and when he's feeling it, it's kind of unstoppable. I'm just getting my feet wet with it, and here I almost bang it. Top band. Would have loved to have that one. Bonus birdie. Hole 20, done with, par. Here's that Easter festival. I'm just going to throw a forehand, safe shot. Don't want to kill nobody. And I kind of get past these trees on the right, but I'm in them. And I'm going to throw the Berg-X and try to play out to the left. It's a little bit straight in front of me to the right. And I almost smack the tree, somehow get through and give myself a 15-foot putt, maybe 20-foot putt. And I walk up and I say, this putter feels really nice. This MVP putter is, I used to throw with an ion. I forget what it was, way back in the day, and I loved that thing. So this Pixel's kind of dope. Throw a Birdie Reach here, just to the left of the big tree.
All right,
hit the fairway. Now I'm saying
a line
you
on
can
the
either
right,
go the left or
and a
the
line on
right
the
to get to the basket. I'm going to choose a forehand approach.
I'm going to play the left.
Birdie Ultra to the left. It's going to tri-fly stamp. It pushes, and it is really stable. There's no way I could overturn this disc if I even tried. So I'm just going to put it on a nice flex hyzer, and I'm parked underneath the basket. So this hole probably plays over par. Taking a birdie. I'm taking a par, so it feels good to get pars on those holes. This hole is way back behind some bushes. I'm just going to play a forehand out to the right because basically the fairway opens up to the right. Sometimes the basket's up a little further and you can get it on a straight shot, but here I'm going to play the Ultra up and around this big old bush in front of me. Didn't want nothing to do with the bush in front of me. There was like a window through the bush, but I was like, F that. And hole 23, I'm shooting a decent round, so I'm going to come at it with the Pixel. Probably a 25-footer here, and nothing but pole, so that was a good shot. I'm going to throw serious tailwind going on here, so I'm throwing a hatchet, and I pure it. I actually throw it past the basket. I thought I was going to get some weird skip and get a maybe a on-camera ace, but it didn't happen. And then I've got about a 35-footer back into a headwind. The wind kind of died, but yeah, chains. That Pixel is a cool disc. I'm going to have to keep it and tell my friend I lost it. So have a good day. Like and subscribe.